Fall sports are winding down, basketball season is heating up, and Gonzaga Volleyball makes history. All of that and more coming right up on Gonzaga Gameday.
Welcome to the November edition of Gonzaga Gameday. Alongside Thomas Gallagher, I'm Kendall Wiedemann. Basketball season is here, and today on the show we introduce you to the reigning WCC champion, Gonzaga Bulldogs.
We also end the show with the top 5 plays of the month. But before we get there, soccer and volleyball seasons are coming to an end, and all 3 programs had huge moments this season. No moment was bigger than what happened in the Martin Center in late October.
On Saturday, October 22nd, the number 22 team in the country, Pepperdine, came to Spokane to take on the Zags. Pepperdine grabbed an early lead 2-0, but the Zags did not feel out of the match.
Something that kept us going was that the set was close. The 2 sets were decently close, and last time we played Pepperdine too, it just seemed like they were a team that we could compete with, and so we didn't get bogged down by being down 2 sets.
Late in the third set, a comeback seemed impossible, down 20-15. Coach Katie Wilson kept the team focused and they would rally, taking the third set 25-22. The Zags, looking to ride this wave, would still manage to play in the moment.
So as a team, we really try and just be in the moment as much as we can, and Coach Wilson always says each point has a life of its own, so whatever, like the cool thing about volleyball is that whatever happened, literally the play before, the touch before, has no effect on the next touch or play. So like just having that renewed sense of opportunity every time we touched the ball was like very freeing, and you could tell that nobody had any stress. It was fun.
Taking advantage of the moment, libero Alyssa Kim was more of a croupier today, dealing aces with 3 out of the 13 team total.
Something we really talk about on our team is how if we win the serve and serve receive battle, like we'll do pretty good, and so the whole week prior to the game, we kind of just focused on hitting our serve and really making sure that we put the pressure on them from the service line, and serving is a skill that you can control, and so we don't go for aces. It's obviously nice to get the aces, but the aces are huge.
Set point Grace Ayler, with an homage to our mascot, would spike one down to tie the match up. The Zags got to this point from stellar play from everyone, but McKenna Marshall brought the heat, amassing 12 kills, hitting at a season's best, 458.
You know, playing with this team and in this gym and this atmosphere, I mean, you know, you could feel the energy and you can feel, you know, everyone on the same page believing that we could do this. And I think for me personally, it was just, you know, playing without fear, and all of us did do that. I mean, we put up some pretty big numbers, so as a collective. So I think that playing without fear and just, you know, taking down, you know, Pepperdine, number 22, you know, we could do it.
Volleyball has never beaten a ranked opponent, and with match point, fans on their feet, the Zags were about to make history.
15-14 Bulldogs, we need to win by 2. This is a deciding point.
KL Kamakaina, second match point for the Bulldogs. Great serve. Schillingworth down the middle, and there's the block. The Gonzaga Bulldogs have taken the victory over the number 22 Pepperdine Waves.
You know, of course, can't hang our hats on one really good win, but I think that was such a confidence builder just to show that we can hang with and beat ranked teams.
A little bit of relief that we had won. A lot of excitement that we just took down a ranked opponent, and just pure happiness. I don't think I stopped smiling after the game for hours.
Men's soccer had their senior day on November 5th, honoring 11 seniors. Demetrius Kigea is a 4-time All-WCC player who has racked up 15 goals and 12 assists in his career. Goalkeeper Johan Garibay is one of the best shot stoppers on the West Coast, leading the WCC in saves this season and finished 3rd in school history. After their 1-1 draw with San Francisco, head coach Aaron Lewis talked about the contributions of the entire senior class and what they've meant to the growth of the program the last few seasons.
The unique senior class. They've been here through some ups and some downs, and they've shifted Gonzaga soccer. I mean, again, last year I think they had the greatest win differential from the previous season to last year's season with a +7 win, and this year, still with a game to go, they have a chance to have the most results, wins and ties in their entire time here, which would be 8. They just keep grinding, and I think that this particular group, through those ups and downs, they just continue to galvanize them together, and they've just been a unique and special group.
Women's soccer backed up their historic 2021 campaign with another record-setting 2022 season. Their win over Portland on senior night put them into 3rd place in the WCC, tying their best conference finish in program history. Senior goalie Liza Bosselman finished her stellar career with 2 more shutouts, making it 20. Second most in school history. She also ranks 1st in program history in career goals against average. The 2022 WCC Goalkeeper of the Year helped anchor a 10-person senior class that owns the highest 4-year winning percentage in program history. Head coach Chris Watkins talked about the success of that group and what they've done to elevate Gonzaga soccer culture.
So just really proud that the winningest class, 4-year class here at Gonzaga in our history. So a lot to be proud of for them. They earned it. They came in as pretty talented. They leave really talented. And so as a coach, I'm really proud as well, just because we got better. We got better every day. We broke our record in attendance this year too, so we've had some nice crowds. Obviously tonight was pretty cold, but still had a nice crowd considering how cold it was. So it's been a great year on all fronts. Hopefully we can earn another game here in the NCAA tournament, but either way we've done a good job of kind of opening people's eyes a little bit to Gonzaga women's soccer. So we'll see what the future holds.
As we mentioned last month, one of those standout seniors was 2022 first-team All-WCC midfielder Sophia Braun, who qualified for next year's World Cup. We played a small snippet of her interview, but her entire soccer journey and experience playing for the Argentine national team is now available. The link will be in the description to learn more about one of the most accomplished Zags of all time.
Okay, so Thomas, I have a big surprise for you today. I heard you're a big lover of blueberry bagels, so that's exactly what I got for you. Oh, nice catch. So while you're enjoying that, we're going to take it over to the superstitions and pregame rituals of the men's and women's tennis team.
Pre-game ritual. Get a good breakfast. I will go to Ultimate Bagel.
I like to go to Ultimate Bagel before matches.
Go to Ultimate Bagel. Bagel with cream cheese. Bagel, and maybe even 15 bagels for 5 guys. We love to eat bagels. Couldn't believe the amount of food. Breakfast, usually avocado on toast with a bit of Vegemite.
Bacon Gouda sandwich from Starbucks.
Bowl of oatmeal.
Plain croissant from there as well.
I'm the most superstitious guy on the team.
My racket has 2 colors. One side is blue, and the other side is like purple-ish. And the blue side is for the forehand, and the purple side is for the backhand.
If I step on I step over a line on the court with my left foot, I have to step over the next one with my right foot.
I don't like to step on the lines.
I don't walk on the lines.
Everything has to match, like socks, underwear, everything needs to be like the same color.
On my water bottle, I put a piece of tape and I give it to every one of my teammates and my coaches, and they like to write something.
When I get into the locker, I always put on my shoes with the left shoe first and then the right shoe.
I do my hair a certain way, so like I always put it up in a bun for matches.
And then I'll braid my teammates' hair because I'm the team braider.
And then I have a handshake with every girl on the team.
If I win the 2 games and then go on a changeover, I have to drink my water and Pedialyte and stuff in the same order. And if I lose, I drink in a different order.
Get a pair of shoes for the year that I only wear during the year, during matches. This year is going to be pretty special, what they are. The guys have heard about it. They haven't seen them yet. So maybe we'll have to wait till the spring to see those bad boys. Cheers. Thank you. Have a good day.
As the fall sports seasons come to an end, the attention turns to the McCarthy Athletic Center, where the reigning WCC champions prepare for their season.
The Gonzaga women's team started their campaign with an exhibition win against the Division II runners-up from last year, Western Washington. The Zags are poised for a strong year with a tough schedule, so let's meet the preseason favorites in the WCC women's basketball.
ice in the veins when they needed it most.
And the bucket, the chance for three. Left side, good, big shot. Gonzaga survives and advances, and it's moving on.
Introducing a redshirt freshman guard from Highlands Ranch, Colorado, number 3, Peyton Muma. A redshirt freshman guard from Redondo Beach, California, number 10, Callie Stokes. A sophomore guard from Ipswich, England, number 0, Esther Little.
A sophomore forward from the Netherlands, number 5, Maud Hybens. A sophomore guard from Adrian, Michigan, number 35, Bree Salenbine. A junior transfer forward from Wichita, Kansas, number 1, Destiny Burton.
A junior forward from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, number 15, Yvonne Ejim. A junior guard from Los Angeles, California, number 24, Michaela Williams. A redshirt junior forward from Melbourne, Australia, number 12, Eliza Hollingsworth.
A graduate transfer guard from Gig Harbor, Washington, number 22, Brenna Maxwell. A senior guard from Houston, Texas, number 11, Kaylin Truong. And her sister, a senior guard from Houston, Texas, number 14, Kaylee Truong.
Both Kaylee and Kaylin Truong were named to the preseason All-WCC team. Over the summer, they had the chance to play for Vietnam, and they gained an enormous following on social media. Here is their story about how that experience impacted their lives both on and off the court.
I'm Kaylin Truong, also known as Juong Tao Vi. I'm Kaylee Truong. I am also Juong Tao Mi. So we grew up around the culture, obviously being raised with parents and grandma. So we knew quite a bit. Personally, I wasn't expecting to receive as much attention. It's kind of surprising and in a way a little overwhelming, but just the love that the fans have given us, it feels good for sure. Very loyal fans and die-hard fans, I would say. It was funny because there were some volunteers that were like holding hands like this, trying to clear a path for us. Every time we score, they would just yell. No matter no matter how much we were losing by, it felt like we were winning. We'll go back and rewatch some of the film, but it just doesn't do it justice. It was just amazing in person. I think that was like one of a lifetime experience. That it was packed, like every single game for at least women's, and then leading up to the men's, it was always packed. People were standing, sitting on the steps. There wasn't a big stadium for us to play in, like the Kindle or the Spokane Arena. When we were heading to the gym, someone had told me, oh, they're setting up a screen outside, and I was like, oh, that'll be good, because I know a lot of people that didn't get to go in, and it was, I can't stop like thinking about just the feeling that, you know, they gave us during the games, after the games. Yeah, the people definitely made the trip memorable. Over in Vietnam, I did have a lot of fun. I felt free and I felt like I was smiling most of the time. All of our teammates over there had a passion for basketball. They didn't have access to the facilities we had or personal trainers that we can get over here. That love for the game kept them motivated and kept them wanting more for the Vietnam basketball program, and so it's a good reminder of why you should keep going.
Head coach Lisa Fortier's team was unanimously selected to win the West Coast Conference. They are also receiving votes in the first AP poll. Their non-conference schedule is full of opportunities to challenge her team and find out which players will step into bigger roles. Here's Coach Fortier, thoughts on facing 2 top 10 teams over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, we put together a great schedule every year. I think this year is no different. Stanford has become a little bit of a, I don't know if it's a rival, just it's something that we all look forward to every year since we've played them. Probably something like the last Jim would know, the last 15 or 14 years we've played them, most years unless we were in the same tournament as them. So a lot of back and forth with those guys. So I think they're picked, I think, 2nd or 3rd or something like that in the country right now preseason, and I think they're going to live up to that most likely. So good to challenge ourselves with them. We'll play Louisville prior to that. And then whoever else we get out in the the battle for Atlantis. And I think you just, mid-November, you want to test yourself after you played a few games and see where you are. And that's what those tournaments are for us, and that's what that Stanford game is for us, is see how ready we are to be the team we want to be in the end of the season, where we're at. And so that's for us. I think we're always looking forward to it. We always want to beat them. But they just tell you a lot about your team when you play the better teams in the country. And so we're grateful to have the opportunity for both of them and whoever else comes along the way.
That matchup with number 7 Louisville takes place November 19th in the Bahamas before they head to Palo Alto to face number 2 Stanford on December 4th. Head to gozags.com for information on how to watch every game all season.
And now it's time to meet Mark Few's crew, the only team in the country with 7 straight Sweet 16 appearances.
The greatest success stories in American sports history. Nobody's done what Gonzaga's done at this level for this period of time.
They have for 20 plus years ran the West Coast.
Use it. And a block by Watson.
They got it rolling out there in Spokane. The Kittle is going to be electric again. Inside my DNA.
A freshman walk-on from Spring Lake, Michigan, number 4, Kellen Mitchell. A freshman forward from Glen Ellen, Illinois, number 34, Braden Huff. A sophomore walk-on guard from Spokane, Washington, number 32, Joe Few.
A redshirt sophomore walk-on from Los Angeles, California, number 25, Colby Brooks. A redshirt sophomore walk-on from Los Angeles, California, number 30, Abe Eagle. A redshirt sophomore guard from Murrieta, California, number 55, Dominic Harris.
A sophomore guard from Omaha, Nebraska, number 5, Hunter Salas. A sophomore guard from Seattle, Washington, number 11, Nolan Hickman. A sophomore transfer forward from Richmond, Virginia, number 15, Efton Reed.
A sophomore forward from Battleground, Washington, number 20, Caden Perry. A sophomore forward from Clackamas, Oregon, number 33, Ben Gray. A redshirt junior transfer from Belleville, Illinois, number 13, Malachi Smith.
A junior guard from Las Vegas, Nevada, number 0, Julian Strother. A senior forward from Spokane, Washington, number 22, Anton Watson. A senior guard from Petersburg, Virginia, number 45, Razir Bolton. And of course, a senior forward from Richardson, Texas, number 2, Drew Timmie. On Friday, November 11th, Gonzaga heads down to San Diego to take on Michigan State on an aircraft carrier. They will be playing to honor those who serve for our country. Here are the jerseys that they will be wearing.
Wow, Thomas, look at those jerseys. I think we're the best looking team in the nation.
Yeah, if they had those in the Zag shop, I'd definitely try and go buy one.
Absolutely. I mean, look at that camo. It's just beautiful. All right, the Zags will wear these jerseys at the return of the Armed Forces Classics as the Zags face another basketball powerhouse in Michigan State on Friday, November 11th at 3:30 on ESPN. Let's hear what Coach Few and Julian Strother had to say about the historic game.
I mean, that's something I've been looking forward to since they had announced it. I mean, that's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I mean, there's only a handful of people that can ever say they played in the game on an aircraft carrier. And I mean, to do it against like a prestigious school like Michigan State and that program, I feel like that's just something that's good for college basketball, and I'm super excited for it.
And again, just what a great way to, in a very, very small way, just honor all our service people that are out there. I think that's going to be extremely powerful. I know it's already powerful for me, but give our guys just a real hit of, what the guys that are really laying it on the line for all of us, so we can have all these freedoms that we're all enjoying and complaining about and all that. So I'm really, really looking forward to that and the effect it's going to have on the guys.
The Zags have a tough slate after the Armed Forces Classic as they visit Texas and play Kentucky in the Spokane Arena before taking part in the Phil Knight Legacy Tournament in Portland, Oregon.
It was a big month for Gonzaga sports, with the fall season ending, and we have the top plays from the last month to catch you up on the best moments.
Let's go to number 5. At FanFest, the Truong Twins put on a show, including this no-looker from Kaylin to Yvonne Ejim. Vonnie led the white team to a 39-27 win with 13 points of her own.
And at number 4, red shirt sophomore guard Colby Brooks gets his first bucket as a Zag, going up and under the defender for the tough finish. He had 4 points in 3 minutes off the bench as the Zags wiped the floor with North Florida in the season opener.
Rolling into number 3, WCC Championships for cross country, where on October 28th, the men knocked off the 14th ranked home side Portland Pilots with the help of a third-place individual finish from our very own running prince, Will Smith. The team finished second overall, only behind the BYU Cougars, who are ranked second in the country.
And at number 2, you saw earlier in our show, the volleyball team made a comeback for the ages against Pepperdine in their first ranked win in history. The Zags clawed back from the 2 down to take the match 3-2 in 5 sets. Zoe Theros had 21 kills on the day and finished off the comeback with this block in the 5th set.
And finally, at number 1, it was senior night for the Zags women's soccer team against Portland when freshman Hannah Gray paid tribute to the senior class with this world-class strike. Let's hear how it sounded from our soccer crew.
Hannah Gray left-footed shot. Oh, the goalkeeper! Off the crossbar and down in the goal! Hannah Gray with a stunner to put the Zags up 1 at Luger Field.
That's an all-timer right there from Hannah Gray.
Thanks for watching the November episode of Gonzaga Gameday. Make sure to keep up and watch all Gonzaga sports on GoZags.com. Tune in to the December episode for an inside look into a campus celebrity, a day in the life of one of our best student athletes, and more from Gonzaga Athletics. Thank you for everyone who helped put this together, and Go Zags!